What's up everybody? Welcome back to the garage. I am B with Pray for Snow Auto Detailing and I am super pumped that you're here. Today in the garage we have a Ram 2500 in granite, crystal, metallic, and it is a beautiful, albeit very, very long pickup truck. Fun fact, I have a 2-car garage. It is extra wide and extra deep, which is pretty awesome. However, this pickup truck definitely tested those limits. Check out how close we had to get to the garage door. Also check out how close we had to get to the back wall. So I definitely pushed the limits on getting this pickup truck in here. We had to pull it in a little bit diagonal so that I could get to the front, make sure to get all that detailed, as well as the rear tailgate to get all that detailed. So a little bit of an adventure. It'll work out just fine, but now I know that I can totally fit a monster truck in length in the garage. So pretty sick, so let's get to it. Step 1 for the exterior, wheels and wheel wells. There's a bunch of manure and stuff gathered under these wheel wells. We'll get that rinsed off and washed. Move on to the wheels and tires. We have McGuire's tire and wheel cleaner that we're gonna use to clean those, and it should turn out pretty great, so let's get into it. One thing I forgot to touch on in the introduction to the video is that the customer did request we look at the headliner, as a pop exploded in the cup holder and covered the ceiling in sugary goodness. If you'll notice how brown that cleaner came out, typically when I do a wheel and tire like this and it comes out that brown, I will have to do 2, sometimes even 3 passes in order to get it as clean as possible. All right, tires and wheels are done. Step 1, check. Moving on to step 2, you're gonna rinse the entire truck. Here behind the rear license plate, either a pack rat had been really busy or stuff had fallen down when opening the tailgate, but it was packed quite nicely in there and it took a few minutes to get out, but we definitely wanted to get that all out for the customer to have his truck as clean as possible. Step 3 on the exterior detailing is of course the wash. So we're going to spray down with the foam cannon, we're going to hand wash it, spray with the foam cannon one more time, and then rinse. When pressure washing, I do want to note that I use hot, soft water and a Sun Joe pressure washer. It works out really well because I do all of my detailing in the garage, and having an electric pressure washer is quite handy so I don't fill the garage with fumes. Alright, so washing was a ton of fun. We are all cleaned off. Now we're going to enter the 4th and final step of this exterior detail, which is the paint protection. We do have to start out with the clay barring of the car, so we're going to clay bar the whole exterior. You know you need to clay bar your car if you touch it after a good washing, of course. And there's little bumps, you can feel it. It feels like there's a little bit of grit on there. That means you got to clay bar your car. Sometimes with especially with a white car, you can see the contaminants in the clear coat. It's really typically, it looks like a little rust spots. You can typically clay bar those right out, or you can use an iron and fallout remover. We've already used that on this car, so now we need to go into a physical decontamination step with the clay bar. After we clay bar it, we're gonna protect the paint with the Adams graphene ceramic coating, and then we'll move on to the interior. Silky smooth. So instead of using a traditional clay bar for this detail, for the last couple of details actually, I've been using this clay mitt from Adams Polishes. I found a really high rate of success with this. It's not as aggressive as some of the clay bars, so if I'm gonna do a ceramic coating, for example, I'm gonna use just a legit traditional clay bar. Brands vary, of course. For a normal detail, it's not quite as aggressive. It doesn't mar the clear coat as much. Again, not sponsored, but love Adams Polishes and their stuff, and I love this clay mitt. After the clay barring is done, in order to have the graphene ceramic coating hold as well as it can to the clear coat, I need to remove all oils, and I do that with an IPA wipe down. So in the description below, there is a link to Adams Polishes website, but according to that, if you do all of the prep work correctly, this Adams graphene ceramic spray coating will protect the paint for up to 12 months. And we definitely do all the prep work on every car that we detail because we want that paint protected for as long as possible. Exterior of this Ram 2500 is now complete. We are going to move on to the inside. Step one of the inside, obviously, we're going to take out all the floor mats. They are rubber, so we're going to get them rinsed off and wash them with soap. And then we'll move on to the carpeting and carpet extraction, the vacuuming and the carpet extraction, etc. So yeah, let's keep going. Unless otherwise requested by each customer, we remove all of the items from every glove box or storage container so that we can make sure to get those detailed, but sometimes the customers don't want something messed with, or they just don't want to try and rearrange this after the detail, so they'll request that we don't touch that stuff. Otherwise, we make sure to take everything out to make every car as clean as possible. I also leave it up to each customer if they want their front seat covers removed. If I do end up removing them, I don't put them back on just because I want the seats to dry before the customer gets those back on. In this case, the customer did not want their front seat covers removed, so we just surface cleaned those as we did the detail. One unidentified substance of the detail is right there on the seat belt for that front seat. I actually moved the camera over to the other side when I removed it because I wanted to make sure to capture whatever it was, because it definitely was, and still is, unidentified. Nerd car lover confession, I almost forgot that Rams have this cool platform that folds out in the rear to cover the entire cargo area as a shelf, and it's just this little box lid that sits over top of the storage unit, and then you fold out some legs and make it flat, and it's a whole platform for the storage area, and it is so sick, and I got pumped when I remembered that they had it. Now that we are done vacuuming, we will move on to the carpet cleaning step. For this, we are going to use the Chemical Guys Citrus Carpet Cleaner, the DeWalt cordless drill with a drill brush, and the Sandia Carpet Extractor. Now, if y'all can keep a secret from my other tools, this has become my favorite tool in the arsenal. It is amazing. The performance is great. The extractions are awesome, and the customers' cars turn out amazing. So props to the Sandia. He's a tank. I mean, come on, what further evidence do you need that this Sandia is amazing other than this right here? The middle seat did not look that bad, and look at how much stuff that Sandia is pulling out. Amazing. Even though the Sandia Carpet Extractor is the sickest, there are areas that are more soiled than others and require a lot more attention. That means more passes with the cleaner, more passes with the drill brush, and quite a few more passes with the Sandia Carpet Extractor as well. Now, my focus is to get every car as detailed as I can for the customer, and of course, this means we're putting in whatever effort is required to get these stains out. As I empty the extractor, I can tell the soil level of whatever I was extracting. If it comes out in a soapy white color, it is definitely not very dirty. If it comes out chocolate milk like that just did, it is definitely a more dirty area that I have been extracting. Remember this area right here when we go to B's top 3 at the very end of the video. Now that the carpets are all cleaned, we'll move on to the next phase of interior detailing with all-purpose cleaner from 3D, mixed at a ratio of 10:1, microfiber towels, and of course the detail brushes. In the overly soiled areas, we use a steam cleaner to make sure to get the interior of this car perfectly detailed. I'm sure you've seen as vehicles get a little bit older, they accumulate a lot of dust in the vents, and with a farm truck or a truck that spends time on the farm like this one, that dust can be really, really thick. The steam cleaner helps a lot because you can just blast that dust right away. So I make sure to spray the inside of these vents with APC and then blast it with the steam cleaner, and it achieves epic results. So if you remember in the intro to the video, I mentioned one of the customer's concerns was that a pop had exploded and gone up onto the headliner, so we were going to see if we can get that cleaned off. But pop quiz, do you think the visor was opened or closed when that pop exploded? If you guessed closed, you were right. That was not that smart. Okay, so I was so flustered from spraying the carpet cleaner on the headliner and getting it in my mouth and eyes that I didn't actually film what I did. So all I did was took the carpet cleaner, sprayed it up there, and then lightly rubbed it with a microfiber towel, and the headliner actually cleaned up really well. I was so flustered, in fact, I didn't even take after video, so rookie mistake, but it was actually really funny that I did something so silly as that. And if you'll notice, big shout out to my epic partner in crime who's in the back seat, furiously detailing away with me on this one. It was awesome to have her there. And for real, regardless of soil level, that steam cleaner works really, really great on any gas pedal, brake pedal, or clutch pedal, or emergency brake pedal. Any pedal really. The final interior step is to protect all of the plastics with 303 aerospace protectant. I know you're thinking, man, he did it again. It looks amazing. And you're so right. It was done again, and it does look amazing. Also want to give a special shout out to the customer. Thank you, customer, for letting us detail your ride. It was tons of fun. Ram detail was so sick. Everything was really, really fun to do except for one little spot where I got hit in the face with some manure while I was pressure washing. Everything other than that was a blast. But without further ado, let's get into B's top 3. Now, today's top 3 is special because there are none of these clips found in the main part of the video, so they're all premiering here, which is cool. All right, number 3. This one was the rear seat back. Now, the seat bottom was included in the main part of the video. This part made it because look at how much stuff came out of those seats. Now, that's pretty cool for a couple of reasons. Definitely reason number 1 is that it looks super epic and it was really satisfying to do. Reason number 2 is because the customer obviously had that much cleaner of a car because we were able to extract all of that stuff, and that is awesome. Number 2, this is the rear storage area underneath that rear seat. Now, this one made it because something is definitely spilled under there, but because of the angles and the type of carpet, I couldn't get my extractor in there to extract like I normally would. So I sprayed the Chemical Guys citrus carpet cleaner in there and then used a microfiber towel, and it actually came up really great, which is awesome for the customer, and it made the number 2 spot because of that. Number 1 and my favorite part of this detail is the minor paint correction that I did. Now, the customer didn't pay for this, but I didn't feel right sitting with these 3 parts unattended. So there was a little spot on the hood that didn't come off all the way because I was just hand paint correcting, but it came off pretty good. There was a spot on the passenger rear quarter panel where it looked like a dog had gotten to the side of it. Those came out really well. And then of course on the driver's side rear quarter panel above the tail light, there's just another little spot that I just compounded and polished really quick. And then once I threw that Adams graphene on there, it looked amazing. And I was really pumped that it turned out so well for the customer. Now, if you want to detail with me, you can head on down and detail that like button on this video. That would be great. And if you haven't already, the subscribe button is up here. If you have, thanks, you're awesome. And over here is a link to our next awesome video, or another one of our awesome videos. So go ahead and hit that and enjoy detailing with us. Thanks for watching.